Linus Gabriel Sebastian, aka Work Daddy, has announced that his relationship with the CEO position isn't working out anymore, but he still loves us very much. Fortunately, TechLinked is here to tell you that Work Stepdad is very nice, and Daddy will still be around. In an LTT video, Linus explained that effective July 1st, which is Canada Day, he will be stepping down as CEO and handing the reins over to Taryn Tong, his old boss from NCIX, who worked at Corsair for 9 years and Adele for nearly 2 while Linus was accumulating his tips. Also, I roasted the guy before, so easily roastable. Mr. Sebastian will become the Chief Vision Officer, something he called a stupid BS-sounding made-up role, which is weird since most people just call that an executive position. Linus revealed he and Yvonne are still the sole shareholders of the company and that they recently had been offered a buyout of $100 million, of which they could have given me a lot, but instead they turned it down. Now I know that if some corpo rival wants to hire me to burn this place to the ground, it'll cost them at least 9 figures. I'm kidding, of course, I'd never do that no matter how much MKBHD offered me. ChatGPT is now native on iOS since OpenAI has launched a free app on the App Store, allowing iPhone owners everywhere to have deeply personal conversations that probe where to draw the line between human and computer, all while using the toilet at 3 a.m.
Trump style.
OpenAI's official blog post states that the app is first launching in the US before expanding to more countries in the weeks to come, hopefully our country, and they even teased a future Android app that will be on its way. Best of luck finding the official iOS app though, since it's apparently buried under a list of third-party chatbots and knockoffs in the App Store. This might not bother Apple people too much, since reports saying the company has banned employees from using ChatGPT came out the same day as the app's announcement. According to documents seen by the Wall Street Journal, Apple employees also can't use GitHub Copilot, which uses OpenAI tech to automate software coding. All of this is coming out as Apple is allegedly developing their own generative language AI, so it makes sense. It would be a bit weird if OpenAI helped create their own competition, like helping your parents choose what child they're going to adopt, knowing you'll have to fight them later on for the right to sleep on the top bunk with mommy. And Montana, of Hannah fame, has become the first state to outright ban TikTok when Governor Greg Gianforte signed the bill into law on May 17th. The governor then did what any middle-aged man who wants to appear too young for Facebook would do. He announced it on Twitter. The reaction to his tweet was mixed, just like the reactions IRL. People are wondering how the ban will work. Will the app suddenly shut down when you enter Montana airspace? Apparently, platforms like Google and Apple must remove the app from app stores in the state or be fined $10,000 a day. All of this might end up meaning nothing, however, because a lawsuit has already been filed on behalf of TikTok creators in Montana. That's right, all 5 of them.
We're talking Hank Green, others.
The rest of them. They're mad. The lawsuit alleges that the state government doesn't have the authority to make laws based on national security, and the law infringes on free speech of citizens, which China loves. And also, not everyone wants to pay for a VPN just to watch teenagers dance while detailing their deep psychological traumas. I don't know the new dances. I'm a millennial.
But you know the traumas, and that's what counts.
Now it's time for Quick Bits, brought to you by Guardio. Hey, hacks, they happen. You're gonna have to take our word on this one. Guardio is a browser extension that helps protect you from online threats. It's common to save your data in your browser, things like credit cards, sensitive credentials, and private information. But as hackers evolve, it's important to have a dedicated solution to protect yourself. Guardio protects you from malware, phishing, harmful websites, identity theft, or falling victim to sneakier scams. Hackers are finding ways to bypass safeguards like 2FA, so Guardio's preemptive and responsive in the way it combats scammers. Whether that's letting you know a site may not be what it seems, or informing you that your information leaked so you can take immediate action. Install Guardio, run a simple 30-second scan, and see if your security is compromised, then start your 7-day trial. Remove all active threats and enable real-time protection. One Guardio account covers 5 family members at no extra cost and at an affordable price, so you can protect your family or friends as well. Stay ahead of scammers and keep you and your family safe with a 7-day trial of Guardio by going to guard.io/techlink.
Quick Bits are smaller stories, and there's 5 of them. Got it? Moving on. A mobile tech company has announced an aftermarket screen for the Steam Deck, bringing the resolution up to 1920 by 1200 and increasing the color accuracy for the price of $100. This comes from FX Technology, the company best known for asking, what if mobile phones had keyboards again? For just $100 plus what you already paid for the Steam Deck, these forward thinkers thought of a way to give consumers a worse ROG Ally for $50 more. You can't afford not to buy it.
And you gotta build it yourself. It builds character.
You get to build it yourself. New Pixel 8 Pro details leaked from the least likely of sources, Google. An official-looking internal video was uploaded to YouTube showing the use of the mysterious extra sensors seen in early renders of the 8 Pro. It's a thermometer you use on your forehead. Post-pandemic? Crazy. The video got copyright claimed by Google, so get excited to point your phone directly at your forehead while you stand perfectly still to perform the function of something you can buy off Amazon for $20.
Makes me feel just like a roast.
Apply directly to the forehead. Apply directly to the forehead. Apply directly to the forehead. NASA has contracted Blue Origin, of all people, to design, develop, and test a second moon lander for the Artemis 5 mission dubbed Blue Moon, because they're huge fans of jazz and presumably also butts.
Two things that definitely feature in the B movie.
Jazz butts. In their statement about the mission, NASA described how the lunar lander will be reusable, able to land anywhere on the surface of the moon, and will be able to dock with a lunar space station to exchange personnel and personal information. In Blue Origin's statement, they talk about the moon for one sentence before discussing how they're going to use a $3.4 billion contract to make the lunar lander's fuel real good, so good, you won't believe how good this fuel will be. Please invest now. Please.
Buy, hold, sell, stonks.
Israeli company Sightful has announced Spacetop.
And it's really good.
Israeli. What they describe as the world's first AR laptop. The Spacetop boasts a 100-inch virtual screen that can be seen through an attached AR headset. For a look that says, blind lady with half a laptop.
You don't need any more than that to be blind.
It's fairly lightweight, given most of it's missing, which raises the question of why they gave it such a tiny keyboard. Sightful calls this thing full size. An important note for anyone dating a member of their marketing team, if you know what I'm saying. The Spacetop specs are unimpressive. Qualcomm CPU, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and a 5-hour battery life. Lord. But the trailer shows a woman finishing a work shift in a van parked on the beach, and that's real estate you can afford until you get a fine. So it's totally worth it. No dystopian undertones there. Where does she poop? Don't ask. Spacetop. Virtual bathroom. And YouTube TV started playing a 30-second ad for Disney's live-action Little Mermaid in an endless loop instead of just the last 5 minutes of Wednesday's Miami Heat game. If I've learned anything from the internet, it's that nothing makes people happier than interrupting the most exciting part of a basketball game with a loop of a controversial film trailer. And wouldn't you know it, Google announced earlier that day that YouTube will now have 30-second unskippable ads. You got one half of that right, Google. Good luck figuring out the 30-second part. And I hope you can figure out how to come back on Monday for more tech news. We're gonna sing Disney songs until YouTube cuts us off. A whole new episode. I'm tone deaf.